So it begins, episode 1 on our epic journey through the entire Metal Gear universe.
The entire universe, guys. This will be Metal Gear Solid.
With every star.
That's right. Alright, doing commentary on this is going to be my buddy Eric and myself, Eric. Don't get us mixed up.
Myself is Eric too.
Yep. We're all Eric here, and if you're familiar with the Metal Gear Solid series, we'll be taking you through everything. Hopefully, stuff you didn't know. You know, we'll be explaining different characters, their ties to each other throughout the series.
How this is really Snakes in a Sub, the sequel to Snakes in a Plane.
Yeah. Right, and how ridiculous Kojima has made this entire series. Hopefully, you watch the briefing videos. Before this, if not, if you just want to skip to the action here, this
they
little part
explain
here,
everything.
Briefly, this little part here explains to you exactly what's going on. Basically, group of renegade super soldiers went ahead and took this island here.
Shadow Moses.
Shadow Moses, kind of religious, I guess, kind of not so much.
No, it's more of the evil Moses,
It's the evil
from
Moses.
hell. It's the Shadow Realm Moses.
The Bizarro Moses.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Bizarro Moses, they took over Bizarro Moses Island, and they're asking for the ashes of Big Boss, who, if you're familiar at all with the Metal Gear Solid series, he is the precursor. He is
Snake's dead.
Right. He is Solid Snake's father. You get to play as him in Metal Gear Solid 3, and then he is one of your commanding officers in Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2, which were released for the Nintendo systems.
More of a clone E.
Yeah, more of a clone E. So you're the clone of him, using his DNA, and then having Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3 be the surrogate mother, which you learn in Metal Gear Solid 4. And so there's a bunch of different tests, and then there's 3 of you. There's you as Solid Snake. There's Liquid Snake, who you're going to be fighting in this, and
later
also
on there's
in
Solidus
2 and
for
4,
whatever reason.
and Solidus, who's actually he became the president of the United States. He's at this point the president of the United States. You actually fight him in Metal Gear Solid 2. He gets his shot.
You get to fight the president. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you get to fight the president. So this is pretty much.
The president also grabs your dick too.
Does he?
Yeah.
What?
Yep, he totally grabs your dick.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, no.
He grabs your junk. Yeah, that's the first thing he does. He's just like, "Oh hey, what's up?"
I don't remember that. I remember that in Metal Gear Solid 3, where he thinks you put on the riding mask, and he thinks you're riding, and he grabs your junk. But that's not the president.
That's because, well, it is in 2. The president totally grabs your junk. I think it's just everybody who sees Raiden thinks he's a girl, so they just have to know.
Well, yeah. Alright, and here we are. We're coming into the dock area. David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake.
Such a hater.
He's such a hater.
Yeah, this is you had to swim your ass all the way there because they couldn't afford fucking propellers for their.
No, actually, if you watch the briefing video, the propellers, they have the sonar here in the deck, on the dock rather, and they would actually hear your propeller noises over the sonar. So they had to let you go somewhere near this opening, but not actually all the way to this opening. Otherwise, they would have sensed you. Oh, there he is, Liquid Snake. And if you watch the briefing videos, see, I always wondered, because I never watched the briefing videos, why the fuck he had a British accent. I was like, what? How does that make sense? He has a British accent. Well, apparently, he
got all the British recessive genes.
Yeah, obviously even though Naked Snake was like 100% purebred American.
Yep.
But no, he was an orphan, and he got taken by the SAS, and he was like a special agent for them, and he fought with them, and then he went to Iraq and was taken prisoner for a long time, and so that's why he has a British accent. He was raised in England, and fought in England.
And your accent's really based off of where you live, and not who you are.
Not who you are, absolutely. And Metal Gear Solid always lets you know it's a game and it's not real. Like through all.
By the way, you should
you know?
press the select button.
Exactly
somewhere
right.
located on your neck. Just fucking. He just slaps the side of his neck and then just activates his ear and his face cam that just floats in front of him. Alright.
Here we go.
Make sure to get the ration down here because watery food is, the best for
It's
you.
the best food, really.
It's the best food.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing over here, but you can see the other ration up there.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see. Just walking around in the water, just teaching how to walk in water.
See?
Like that.
Just in case you need more watery food.
More watery food indeed. And the way that Hideo Kojima made this, like, just what an artist. Like, this whole movie is just like, oh, here are credits as if this was like a movie, that you're watching. That's what it's
so
supposed
real.
to be, really. Yeah. And we're gonna show you here in a second how many times it takes, how many times you have to press the square button to actually kill someone. And actually, as it turns out, the different types of troops take a different amount of squares.
Yep. This is how many squares it takes to pop off the head of the snow guard.
Yep. One square.
Two.
No. But
Just think of them as a series of squares you have to press to get through. They're not even human. They're just squares.
And it's
grid of squares.
all right. Now you guys need to prepare yourself. Those who've never seen this game before. I'm sorry for how awkward that was, but that's just all that Hideo Kojima could do back in the 90s. Just make that weird, awkward, like, I'm kind of pleasuring you but killing you at the same time kind of noise.
Okay.
Alright, and this is where we show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I guess if you don't do it as fast, it's less. I don't know.
Right.
They just turn right into boxes, because,
Yeah, like you eat them.
Yep.
It's what it's saying. I mean, it doesn't want to show it. It's nasty.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the graphical, know-how to show you how to eat someone back in the day, so they just turned into ready-to-go meals.
Yep.
And so you have to kill everyone down here and then wait a certain amount of time before the elevator drops, and that's the only way to get out of this section. In Twin Snakes, though, there was way more to do down here. But the reason why we didn't do Twin Snakes, even though it's graphically
because it sucks.
more pleasing than this one, it really sucks. The audio, while done by the same people, doesn't have the same emotion in it at all.
I don't get why they wouldn't just use the original.
Oh no,
it is superior.
they did. No, that's the thing, they did. But the accents, they didn't keep the accents. They changed a little bit of the commentary, and all the emotion wasn't there.
That means they had to record it though.
Well, no, I mean they re-recorded it. I guess, for some reason. I guess better audio quality?
Yeah, that's why. And then they're like, hey, let's not put as much oomph into it this time.
Oomph.
Snake,
So there you go.
I need you to go and infiltrate the facility. Okay. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go do that.
I am going to infiltrate it now. No, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much how you get through the dock area. I mean it's relatively simplistic. I mean you can go through it without killing any of them.
But why would you do that?
Why would you do that though?
They turn into items that you can use.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no reason.
Absolutely. And after you beat this game once, depending on what ending you get, there are multiple endings. Depending on what ending you get, you're gonna get an infinite ammo bandana, which we'll show you later.
You just feed it right into your gun.
Yeah.
It replaces all your ammo.
You shove the bandana into your gun,
Yep.
and you don't even need bullets anymore.
Yep.
Basically, and then
Just
you get a cloaking device, which makes the game significantly easier, but also more fun because you can actually plant C4 on soldiers while you're cloaked, and they don't know shit. They're none the wiser.
What was that noise?
Yep. What was that noise?
It was something latching onto my spine.
I'll try and keep the cinematics as clean as possible so you guys can watch shit while not having to hear us talk.
Behind D.
It's like Snake is so dependent on this codec, he can't go anywhere without calling his mommy and daddy and telling them.
No, it was actually that time he pressed the select button on accident. He had to slap his neck. Bugs and shit outside. Some snow hit him on there.
Bear with it.
In case you didn't know, you're in Alaska yet. After the 5 briefings that we've done.
Even though you came from Alaska, like you retired to Alaska after Metal Gear 2. Even though we grabbed you from Alaska and hauled you in here just to bring you back to Alaska, you need to know you're still in Alaska. Just BTW.
Hey Snake, I don't know if you knew, but you're in Alaska. I know you've been running sled dogs for the past, like, however many years, but you probably don't know what it's like. Has nothing to do with Russians, probably.
Nothing to do with Russians at all, probably, more than likely, actually. Since Ocelot actually has some ties, some Russian ties, as seen in Metal Gear Solid 3. Well, 2 and 3, actually. But in 2, he kind of, like, fucks over the Russians.
He just doesn't appreciate their vodka.
He doesn't? Not at all.
Doesn't make it easier to use the gunship to shoot down, like, 2 F-16s.
Yeah, I don't understand how that plays out.
They must have, like, really sucked, those pilots, or, like...
Or Liquid's just really good.
But then again, you shoot him down later.
That's true.
As a dude.
As a dude.
Just one dude.
Okay, here we come. Here comes the notorious, let's as an older gentleman hit on this relatively young woman. Where they never say specifically how old she is, but it's guesstimated she's around 15 to 16. And
well, maybe those
Snake
people
like
that guess that's how old she is are just perverts themselves.
Well, no, that's true. But I mean, it's guessed that she's like in her mid-20s. And let's say this game was, developed in Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's supposed to be Chinese, so that's kind of like implying that like the Japanese like totally want to do Chinese people because Chinese people are weak.
Oh, they totally do. Yeah. They do all the time.
No, that's probably speaking on my ass. In that part. But yeah, this is grossly inappropriate.
No, it's always appropriate. You just have to hit on everybody, regardless of their age, sex, or anything. You just.
Well, yeah, dude. Because I mean, you can have like 1,000 misses, but it only takes one hit, man. Sunk my battleship. Yeah, here we are. We're explaining the radar. It's relatively simplistic.
You can see their own eyes, how far they can see.
You can see how far they can see.
It's ironic because, like, they're super soldiers that can see 5 feet in front of them. Their vision was enhanced.
Apparently, like, that intense gene therapy just makes your eyes just, like, where you need, like, triple thick glasses.
Mm-hmm. My eyes are so good, I can't even see shit. Because I see... their vision is just so good, they just see your cells, and they can't recognize what you are.
Yeah, they see you too closely.
What?
They see you too closely, is what it is. They're not that great. Okay? They're not that great. But apparently, so this technology that you're gonna rely on, like, to survive, jams really fucking easily. So,
but not weather, though.
That sucks. But not during the weather. Just like
it could be like fucking a hurricane outside, the fucking snowstorm. It'd be fine. But like if you're underground a little bit, it would just be like, fuck that.
Yep. Advanced. Hyper advanced technology.
I blame her. It's her fault.
It's always her fault.
She was the one that made it.
That's true. She actually is incredibly intelligent. Incredibly intelligent.
But apparently not.
At this point. Like, let's say at this point she is 15, 16. By the time Metal Gear Solid 4...
I think you just want her to be 15, 16.
I don't want her to be
you're
anything.
Just like...
Metal Gear Solid 4. By the time Metal Gear Solid 4 comes out, she has graduated from college, and she's like an admiral or whatever, or a captain of that gigantic ship in Metal Gear Solid 4. Which you haven't played, by the way, which is going to be awesome when we do the commentary for that, because you'll never have played. It's going to be great. And anyway.
I'll be like, it's no good, I can't do it.
See, and you have to smuggle in cigarettes, where cigarettes will help you out if you do not grab the thermal goggles, which, let's face it, why wouldn't you grab the thermal goggles? So, I mean...
Because smoking is bad.
Smoking is bad, and...
It'll kill you, literally.
Get ready, T-minus...
Murder the fuck out of you.
like, a few minutes for the public service announcement by Hideo Kojima. Don't worry about it, they got cigarettes covered.
By the way, we totally put cigarettes in this game, just so you could not smoke them. Because
that's
you'll
like a
fucking
thing.
die.
That's like a thing. Even in Metal Gear Solid 3, you have like full-on cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And in Metal Gear Solid 4, the loading screens like tell you not to smoke. And if you do smoke, like to put them in the correct receptacle for smoking. Don't
if
ever
you do
take that
smoke,
way.
make sure you smoke exactly like that Metal Gear Solid loading screen for like 20 minutes straight. Just like
one cigarette for 20 minutes straight.
Yep.
But do not take the. There are two different ways to get in from here. Do not take the lower way. You can, of course, but it'll put you in a less advantageous position, and it'll take longer because the thermal goggles are on the top of this beginning message here. Oh, here we go.
Are you smoking?
Yeah, so what?
Didn't you know that cigarettes contain benzopyrene, a chemical that leads to lung cancer? We now know that when benzopyrene...
Hey man, you should have smoked something else instead.
Hey man, why don't you smoke this stuff, man?
Smoking's bad.
If you smoke, it's bad. Okay.
But couldn't my nano machines that are inside me just fucking repair all that shit?
Well, yeah, but
I guess
they get addicted to nicotine too.
Yep, they just start making it inside your cells.
So that was the public service
super
announcement.
nicotine.
And here we are. We're gonna get going with the gameplay here. This is Eric, not me, but the other Eric. We're showing you there's another ration there if you need it. If you're good enough though, you're not gonna need any ration.
You normally talking to the third person, just like this is Eric.
Eric meaning you, not Eric meaning me. Right there were chaff grenades. Eric chose not to get them at this time. They're not necessary unless you want to just forego all these cameras. You know, not be sneaky, not take your time. But Eric says, nope, F that. Why is he surprised?
I've never seen one.
Why is why is he so surprised that this place has like legit security? It's a fucking like nuclear disposal facility, supposedly. Why wouldn't you have security cameras everywhere? You know, that's retarded. But look at him. He just sneaks by it like a boss. You know.
People are totally watching those at all times. By the way.
Yeah, they are.
There's just one guy is just sitting in front of it, just like.
Okay, here's where you get the SOCOM pistol.
Dude at all, I'm just gonna.
If you don't get it here, you can get the SOCOMs other places. But here would be the most preferable place to get it because after this you'll be fighting a bunch of soldiers down in one of the cells, and you're gonna need it, obviously.
You
if you don't get it though, they'll actually deploy it for you down in the cells.
Yeah, you can't actually de-equip weapons while having them active. So if you line up a shot and you decide against it, you can just unequip it.
Yes, and that's with the R1. L1 is to equip and de-equip weapon. Items. L2 is to actually search through your items for different ones to
don't worry about it. They change all the controls for the second game.
Oh, is that true? That is true. To a certain extent, that is true.
Well, they made it a little bit more streamlined, but
yeah. And so yeah, I mean, this is basically yellow is the search cameras, the surveillance cameras rather.
Blue is people's.
Blue is people's, but they will if they're alerted, you'll see their cone as a different color. Red. Yeah, it'll turn either yellow or red.
Because they're angry, and then that's their angry vision.
Very angry. Circled without a weapon equipped is to punch, and you'll be using that in multiple scenarios. With the ninja, with the cyborg ninja, you'll be using.
Or you could just punch everybody.
Snake. Well, no, you can punch everybody and just save your stuff. But that's like an immediate. Okay, that's an immediate alert. And we don't want alerts.
Looking around in first-person view is nice sometimes. Yep. I usually play first-person shooters, so. I'm like, true. Oh, I'm just used to it.
That's absolutely true.
Which is weird because they added in like every single like weapon in first person for Metal Gear Solid 2, but like it's still a third person game.